Diaries, episode 109. It is Monday, the 16th of August. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Absolutely stunner day here in Napier today. But a little bit cool and frosty in the mornings, but we're back into that late winter sunshine, just giving us the hint of spring, which we absolutely adore. In fact, I think we're even going to sneak up to about 19 or 20 degrees today, which will be amazing. So good morning to everybody, and I hope things are good at your place. Good to have you all along for another day. What are we up to? Well, 16th, of course, 16th of August, which means I am now less than 2 weeks away from Knit August Nights. In fact, I can even say that it is next week, which is slightly frightening, but it is good. It is all very good. I spent a lot of time over the weekend working on it. So if you're registered, you would have had your email with your welcome wagon information. That would have come out. And I am pulling together, so I've been here bright and early this morning, putting together the can sale. Because for those who aren't aware, we do a sale every year for Knit August Nights. And Claire and I have been working on that, honestly, so much in the last week or two, and we're now starting to sort of get to the nitty gritty and what's coming in from the mill and what's not going to get here on time and the like. So that is what we've been doing. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of a hint with the can sale, because it just helps with your planning. And I'm telling you guys, because you're the ones that watch and you keep up to date. So if you're eagle-eyed, you'll notice if you go to the sale page, you'll start seeing the sale page beginning to propagate. And it's growing. So for a little while there, it was only 1 page of items, whereas I think we're now up to 5 pages. So everything that you can see there at full price, so most of the stuff on that very front page, that first half of the front page, are items that are permanently on sale until they clear through. But that you will start seeing a number of items that are normal stock items that are turning up in there. Those are the things that are going on sale. So they're not on sale yet. The sale starts next Wednesday, which is Wednesday the 25th. So that's when they start. I haven't got my weeks right. Yes, I have got my weeks right. So Wednesday the 25th. So that's when the sale starts. And we're starting a day early because we know a lot of people travel for a few days ahead of time. So we want to give everybody plenty of time to shop, really, to get planned and shopping. So you'll start seeing that sale page is starting to grow. Yeah, Janet's just saying it's very exciting to see the sale page growing. So it's not all on there yet, Janet. Honestly, I spent a good chunk of time on Saturday. Was it Friday or Saturday morning? Friday working on it, and I've been here early this morning. So you will have noticed that, actually, let's go and pull it up and we can walk it through together. I have the power to do such things. So first I need to pull it up here. Righty-ho. There we go. I know. Technology, it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. Right, we want that. Share. And show on stream. There we go. Right. Oh, sorry, hay fever. Anyone that knows the bay this time of year, the pollen has started running, and yeah, it drives me crazy every year. Right, okay, so let's have a good little look at what we've got here. So you'll see the alpaca hanks, which have gone up. So we've introduced those alpaca hanks back into the scheme of things. They're absolutely fantastic. Utterly beautiful. These have been selling well. These are the price for those, by the way. So they are there and ready to go. So they're all going along. We've still got that Oceania and the Paradise prints still there, so do snap those up. We've got, just so you're aware, we've got very little of that brush suri left. Those are the only 2 colours left. But let's get into the meat and potatoes. So Whisper DK, this has not got on sale yet. So this is the first time for it to go on sale. So that is going to be in there. The sale price on that's going to be $9.95 for both Whisper DK and Whisper Fine. So if you have been wanting to plan those double-stranded projects, or some of those projects using those mohairs, but you've been holding off because, it is an investment, that's a great time. So those are $3 off a board, each of those. So they are going on sale. So all of them are loaded there. Then let's go to the next page. It's going to let me go to the next page. There we go. So there's the rest of those. Now, the next group that's in here is the Cascade Lace. And I've done that quite deliberately because the Cascade Lace works fantastically well with the Whisper Mohair, whether it be DK or Whisper Fine. If you're looking for a lace plus lace combination, and there are a number of those lace plus lace combinations that are listed in Ravelry Patterns, Cascade Lace is utterly perfect. They too are all going to be $9.95. So that makes life really easy when it comes to planning your project. So they are all going to be $9.95 as well. And then you'll see Sockmatician. Well, we couldn't have a can sale without having Sockmatician Edition in it because it was launched at Knit August Nights 3 years ago. So that is there, and that will be going out at, and let me check my book of words here, $7.95 a ball. So that is a really great special on Sockmatician. So if you've been wanting to do those colour work projects, get that hand-dyed look without the hand-dyed price tag, Sockmatician is there and perfect for you guys. So both in DK and in full price. So that is a great offer on those, and we've got stock, all really good stocks of them. We're hoping at the moment the Delavery, I think, may not be there, but we're quietly hopeful. Yeah, it says there, see Delavery out of stock. We are quietly hopeful that the Delavery will actually be back. It is spun and dyed at the mill. It was sitting in at caking last week. So fingers crossed, we should actually have that in time. So that will be great news. Really looking forward to it. Then we have the entire stable of Outlaw and Bandit yarns in the sale. So we've got 10% off all of those. That includes Baby Bandit, Bandit DK, Little Bandit, and of course, when I jump to the next page, all the Bohemia yarns, both Bohemia Light and Bohemia, there we go, Bohemia Light and standard Bohemia. So all of those are going to be having 10% off them as well. So definitely a good time to catch those. And as you can see, in fact, I made Ethan quite jealous the other day. He realized that my stocks are quite healthy. In fact, some of the shades I've got, my stocks are healthier than his stocks. So, you know, he did get a little bit envious of that. But we were wanting to stock up for you. So this morning, so this is what I've been doing this morning. And in fact, I haven't even got all of them pulled over in here yet, but I have been loading over all the naked skeins. So they're almost there. So those will be rolling over for the rest of the morning, and there will be 20% off all naked skeins. So they will be going in there. And if you're wanting to do some dyeing at home, and we did that, the reason we don't do naked skeins terribly often, but the reason we wanted to put the naked skeins in there as part of the Skeinz sale is because we're having the 2 fundamentals of hand dyeing classes here with the fabulous Susie Brown, and the classes are being held here at Skeinz, and we just know there are 30 lucky people that have gotten those 2 classes, and they will be itching to try stuff out. So we wanted to be able to do that for them. And I've also loaded up the Whisper Fine and the Whisper DK in their naked formats have been loaded up as well. So if you're wanting to dye some Whisper of your own to go with your own project, you'll be able to do that too. So those will be going on there. Now, Kathy is asking, Whisper Fine equivalent to a 4-ply or lace weight? Interestingly enough, technically it is actually spun to a lace weight, Kathy, but we're finding that the difference between lace weight brush mohair and 4-ply brush mohair is a completely negligible thing because of the fuzz. So when they refer to lace, often lace weight mohair in patterns, we're noticing it is the same sort of count as our Whisper Fine. But we've also seen it referred to as 4-ply. It's one of those things, if you actually look at it technically on its count, it is actually a lace weight. So that's why we've called it Whisper Fine as opposed to Whisper 4-ply or Whisper Lace, because it seems to be a malleable term, and depending on whoever the designer is and yarn provider. So we've just sort of kept it. But technically it is actually spun to a lace weight count. Right. Oh, everyone is here this morning. This is so awesome. So awesome. Barbara's just saying the yellow peril is everywhere in the Eastern Bay. Yeah, Barbara's in Whakatane, and of course with all the pine forests around there. So anybody who lives in this, so we are downwind of all the forests here in Hawke's Bay. So literally what happens is the wind comes barreling down from the central plateau on that northwesterly and picks up all the pine through all those central plateau forests, and it literally is like clouds of pollen that come down. And it's a bit the same in Whakatane where Barbara is too. The wind swirls around and picks everything up, and yeah, it drives you. It only runs for about 4 to 6 weeks, the pine pollen season, but I just tune into Snuffleupagus the entire time. And it's no matter if antihistamines and what have you do it, but it's all right. So life is so good. Right, where did I get to? Yes, so naked skeins. That's what I'm loading up at the morning, but this morning, that's what I'm finishing up. But there is still more. What have I still got? Ashford dyes. So there's $1 off all the Ashford dyes, the little mini pots of dye. So that's why we thought with the naked skeins, if you wanted to do some dyeing at home, you can also pick up some dyes there as well. Vintage. This is the big one. I haven't loaded this yet because I've got to put the new codes and the new yarns in. We have done a limited edition run of both DK and 10-ply colours from the mill here locally, so they're all locally done, and we've called them sort of the Noir collection, but they're a heathered sort of little heathered blend, which we're quite excited about, and they are all coming out in time for can. So vintage, both 10-ply and DK, are going to be going on sale for $5 a ball or $40 a 10-pack. We know how much you loved the 10-pack special on the 10-ply when we had Wool Feast, so we thought we would bring that back for can on all the vintage. So vintage abroad, DK, 10-ply, all the vintage is going on sale. So that is super exciting. Really excited about that. We also have a new yarn which we've done just for Knit August Nights. It's a 22 micron merino. It is going to have a very, very sharp price on it. It is one that we spun it and then we went out to a client. It's come back to us. There is a slight dye fault on it, so that's why we've been able to special it out. It is beautiful. There is a 4-ply, a lovely two-fold soft twisted 4-ply plus a wrap spun 10-ply. It is wrap spun 10-ply, which is delicious. And we've gone and popped really beautiful soft gelato colours all over those. Some of the colours are a little bit soft, and there's just a little bit of dye variance in a few of them. So it's going out at a super, super crazy price. And when that happens, if you are charity knitting, the stuff is amazing because it is shrink treated superwash merino. So it is a really, really good price. So that once, I haven't even got it into photography yet. So we're hoping we're going to get it through in the next day or two so we can get it up to Steph to get it turned around. Or failing that, you'll have to deal with Marie's photos, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get those up to her. So it's really exciting. So that's coming as well, and you may have seen some teasers out on social media with some rather obscure poetry, and you'll be thinking, what is Marie on about? But all will come very apparent when it arrives. It is some new yarn we've got coming. We are air freighting out the first portion of the order so we can have it here in time for can. We've got confirmation it is on the plane, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it lands in Auckland before the end of the week, and we can get it. It clears customs quickly, and we can get it down. We are so excited about that. It is a yarn using a New Zealand and Australian merino. I'll tell you that little hint now. And we have gone and curated a colour collection, and we know that you will love it. Claire and I are so excited. Everyone we've shown and told about this yarn are fizzing, and I know that you will love it too. So that fingers crossed, you'll be able to actually get your hands on that if you're coming to Cannes. And if I get it all up and loaded, you'll be able to order the first tranche of what we've got. And failing that, we'll be potentially able to take pre-orders on that as well. So exciting about that. Now, someone's out Wednesday. Linda's asking from Wednesday next week, the sale starts. Yes, 25th. 25th is when the sale starts, and it goes online and in store, so in both locations you'll be able to do that. LisaF Patterns, they will remain on sale right through to the end of to the sale period. The great news about that, or at the end of the month actually, they combine the two of the things, combine over. The nice thing about that is we are ordering more in. So many of you picked up those patterns across the weekend. Claire's already on the electronic email, and she's already putting another order down. So we should be getting restocks of those nice and quick. Rebecca, can we buy the sale stock in the shop Thursday the 26th? Absolutely. We'll be right into it. So yeah, absolutely. We started it on the Wednesday because we wanted to, there's a number of people that travel, and Wednesday's a nice easy day to get it started. And also if we have any bugs in the system, it gives us time to sort those bugs out. So Thursday, totally, you'll have tons of time to come in and browse. And of course, we always have things here in store that are not online. So it's certainly worth coming to visit us if you're unable to do it. Also, if you are coming to Knit August Nights and you have got a lot planned, one of the things you can do is, if you want to put your order in on the Wednesday to make sure you don't miss out on anything, place your order in on Wednesday and then pop in the comments box, coming to Cannes, or well, firstly, back up the track. Select pick up in store and then put coming to Cannes in the comments box. And what we'll do is we will be able to see those, particularly in the orders placed on Wednesday and Thursday. So if you place an order on Wednesday and Thursday and you put pick up in store coming to Cannes, we will actually prioritise those ones for you to make sure that they're here, because we know you're visiting from out of town. So if you come in on Saturday to come and collect that order, or even Friday or Saturday to collect it, we should have it ready for you, so you can collect that in stores. So and I will know if you're not coming to Cannes and if you do that, sneaky people. But that just means that you can collect your order here and then do more shopping and know that you've got other bits and pieces. So so exciting. Now, speaking of excitings, what else have we got? Oh yes, we'll stick with the Cannes stuff before I move into the next thing. We're also doing a raffle. We love a raffle at Cannes. The raffle's actually installed right now, and I forgot to grab it. It's for the Red Cross. It is a huge big basket full of yarn. More yarn is going to get added to it. I think it's $2 a ticket. All proceeds going to the team at the Red Cross. And they have a wonderful knitting group there that they knit and make beautiful garments, and they do fundraising for all their Red Cross projects. So we've had that going here in the store for the last week or so. We're absolutely thrilled by it. It's been loads of fun. So it's only available to those coming in store. If you get a chance to come in store, do pick up one of those raffle tickets. It's a great project. The other thing also happening at Cannes, speaking of doing good in the hood, and I see Barbara is in here. Barbara is doing a project, helping coordinate a project with Margaret from Squishing McDo, and she has actually popped some posts up in our social media. They are looking at creating a flower carpet using either handmade pom-poms or flowers. And I see Michelle's also here as well. She, after last week, got totally stuck in and made some of these incredible flowers. And actually Barbara sent me through a couple, just to give you an idea. Anything, any scrap yarn, crocheted, knitted, doesn't matter, but anything like this, just have some fun. If you've got the poppy pattern from Anzac Day, or even if you just want to make it, if you've got a pom-pom maker and you just like making pom-poms, or you're very fond of doing fork pom-poms, whatever it may be, just create these up. If you're coming to Cannes, drop them off to us here at Skeinz, or you can send them to us at the Skeinz store, 102 Taradale Road. And Barbara has gotten this huge big net, and leave the tails on them, so don't weave your ends in, leave your tails nice and long, and they are going to create a flower, a huge big colourful yarn and fibre carpet. And what's going to happen with that is going to be part of a yarn bombing installation at the James Cook School in Martin to actually help brighten and beautify up the school grounds there as part of the ongoing creative learning project that Margaret does with the school and the team there. So she teaches arts and crafts there on a voluntary basis, and the kids are right behind it. They're madly making pom-poms at the moment, and it brings joy. Brings absolute joy. So if you've got some scraps sitting around at home and you need a break from your current project and you think, oh, I'm actually going to knock out a wee crocheted flower, get that, knock a few of those out and get them to us. And if you're in the Skeinz Speakeasy, do search up Michelle Wilson's post, and she showed progress last weekend of what she was doing with them, or last week. And within a few days, she had this incredible bouquet of knitted flowers, and they were utterly, utterly divine. So it's just a really fun, joyful project. And I have to admit, Can for me this year is very much about joy. And I'm quite excited to have everybody here. It'll be great. So that is what's happening with Skeinz and Knit August Nights for next week. So it's all good. So I was also... project. I better showed you my shoji. I have actually had to accept the fact I'm not going to get it finished in time for Can. But that's okay, because I've got my stripy Miss Jane, I've got my gold, I've got tons to wear. And if I'm brutally honest, I get to Knit August Nights every year, and I have these cardigans, and if it has been like every other time I've held it, it's ended up being I wear the cardigan first thing in the morning, and then it gets really, really warm, and I have to shed that sucker literally by midday. So it's not a great loss. However, I suddenly thought I've got no progress to show you, because I seriously didn't knit anything across the weekend. I was so busy. I was working for a good chunk of it. But I did do a lot, because of course I didn't show you, we had Tom here on Thursday, so I didn't get to show you that with Tom here. So I am still, as you can see, like I'm still progressing along. So I'm about halfway through this portion here, and I'm loving it. I really am enjoying it. In fact, this is going to be, I'm quite happy with it. It's a very contentful thing to knit. It's going to be difficult because I've got the new yarn coming, and I want to so desperately want to cast that on, but I'm really enjoying the shoji, just loving it. And I know that once I get that done, I will absolutely thrash it. But speaking of new yarns, well, not new yarns, restocked yarn. Claire, I got to work this morning and saw it all in the display. So Claire must have shot over on Friday to the mill and raided it to get it, because it was not technically supposed to be here until this week. But what she did is the restock has come back in, because it's a recycled yarn of Cove. It's back. So this is the colours of Cove here at the top. We've had Rocky Shore in actually for a few weeks, and that's because it's undyed. That's the natural base colour of the yarn. We've got, I think that's Smuggler's Den. Oh, I think that's Smuggler's Den. Yes, Smuggler's Den is that beautiful rich purple. So we've got Smuggler's Den. That'll come to me in a minute. Pine Cove rather. Santorini, Pirate Pride, Spanish Bay. And this is what I've done my love note in, is in Spanish Bay. And the green is gone. I can't remember what the green is called. Like a key lime. And the pink is called Miami Beach. So all of these are now back in stock. Now, these are the 4-plies I have got here. And the 4-plies, but we've got both 4-ply and DK. Now, for those who are not familiar with Cove, Cove is a recycled blend, very similar to it's similar in the sense of our chatswood. So what these recycled blends are, is they are blends that we make from yarns. So at the end of our spinning process, we often will have fibre left over. So this is stuff that's gone through the carding process. It's been carded and gilded. It's beautiful looking angel fluff. And at the end, we run things through our spinning frames, but sometimes when the majority of your cans run out, you then have little bits left in the cans. None of that gets thrown away. So what we do is we take all of that and we hold it together, and it gets graded, so the coloured stuff gets left aside, and it all gets labelled until we get enough to do a recycled batch. So we have 3 recycled yarns that we do well, 4 actually, but 3 main ones that we do, chatswood being the main one. And chatswood's easy because chatswood uses all those everyday yarns that we have all the time. So it's our Perrindale, it's Southlander, it's vintage, it's other yarns we do for other people. So we are generally able to do recycled batches of chatswood on quite a regular basis. Good news is we've checked the schedule, that is on its way, so we are getting stocks back of that. And then the other 2 are Sock Mortician Edition. So then, and again, we've got more of that. We've just had that restocked, as you can see, for the sale, and we've actually know that we've got enough to put down another batch very soon. Pearl. Pearl doesn't come as often because of the premium nature of pearl with the silk and the other goodies that are in there. So it takes a little bit longer for us to get fibre together for a batch of pearl. But Cove was our other one, so that's why it's been a wee bit of time in between drinks. We had Cove, I think we launched this at the beginning of 2020, just prior to lockdown, and then it all disappeared, and now it is back. The one thing I can tell you about Cove, this batch versus the previous actually had quite a bit of alpaca in there. This one is definitely got alpaca in it, but not quite as much. But what it has got is very good quality wool and merino in here. I know that there's lots of Polworth and merino and coloured merino in here. So this one, compared to batch 1, has got actually the stitch definition on this one is, the twist definition is more defined, and it's got a really nice springy bounce to it, and that's the extra wool that's in there. It is still deliciously soft. So it is very similar to actually our silver lining that we used to have, not quite as soft as silver lining, but not too bad. And at $5.95, the quality of this compared to the fibre that's in there, the price, the value is amazing. So this is now live. So if you want to get this ahead of the sale, feel free, because it's not going to go down. The price is not going to change on you. So you should quite comfortably order this in. And if you want to order to collect and store when you're here next week, put your order in, and you can have as many parcels there as you want for collect and store. Honestly, we don't mind. So that is available right now. I have literally put that up. And what I've gone and done in the bottom of the box here, so I've gone and put all, because of course these are all very dark broody colours, the lightest of which isn't, particularly light, is the Rocky Shore right there. And what I've gone and done is I've gone and popped in some natural yarns that you can use as contrasts to go with if you're wanting to do some colour work, because a lot of you do want to do some colour work, but you need a pop. It's all about the contrast and the pop. So if you're going to be working with the 4-ply, we've got Southlander here, that's the silver. Southlander silver or Little Bandit Curiosity, I think a winner chicken dinner with the Cove 4-plies. They're spun very, very similar counts, almost identical counts, or close enough to that if you are working them together in colour work, it will not stuff your tension up. So those are fantastic options, either or both together. You can even see, look at that little triad there of naturals, gorgeous. And if you're wanting to go DKs, Perrindale. Perrindale is the same count as the Cove DK, so Perrindale is a brilliant option there if you're wanting to do that. Another 3-fold twist, and then of course you've got all the whole gamut of Perrindale colours you can play around with. I've just popped the natural cream in there to show you what you can do. Southlander too, you can actually Southlander oatmeal. I haven't popped Southlander there because other than the silver, Southlander is coming. We're aware that we're really low on Southlander, but I know I've got oodles of Perrindale, so that's fine. And the other one I popped at the end there is Chatswood and Sheffield. We've got more coming in. We're just waiting for the dyed shades, but it's very, very good. It's, you know, great value. Linda is asking, would 4-ply double stranded equate to approximately 10-ply? The short answer to that is, Linda, yes, actually it would. It would. Yes, actually it would. 10 actually close to a 12-ply, because I know that these are common cant yarns. So yes, I would work that. If you're working it as a 10-ply 5mm needle, double-stranded 4-ply is a happy place for that, if that helps. So there we go. So we're so excited to have Cove back. And if you are wanting to do some knitting in Cove and you want to take advantage of the LisaF Patterns, I've just pulled a couple out. I haven't even checked to see if these are in stock, but hopefully if they aren't, they should be back. But this is this little guy here, which is Licorice Twist. Good classic kids little sweater. One of those sweaters, you know, I mean, it's got little cabled ribbings on there, but you wouldn't have to do the cabled ribbing if you didn't want. But it's a classic drop-shouldered sort of what I call farm kid sweater. That with Cove would look amazing. I mean, imagine that in the Rocky Shore. You know, in Rocky Shore, that would be incredible. The other one I plucked out, because I can so see it, this one's Olive, which was one of the ones I featured in the newsletter. And I mean, in the Pine Cove, actually the Pine Cove looks, this is actually like dark racing car green. It's gorgeous, would look amazing in Pine Cove. So make sure you check those patterns out. It is called Little Cupcakes are the ones for the kids. Baby Cakes are all the patterns for the infants. And I don't think we've actually got any of the, we've got a handful of adult patterns in store, but they are all for accessories only, and they're called honey cakes. So if you want some adult patterns, that's what they're called, from LisaF. And as I mentioned, if they are out of stock, we should be getting them back in. Claire's placing an order for those today. So there you go. Now, has anyone got any questions for me this morning before I go hearing off in my state of madness, as I always do? So it's great. I better check that I haven't missed any while I have been rabbiting on. I can't, honestly, I'm so excited for this yarn coming from places far flung. Mary, good. Mary's saying that Claire found what she was able to good. Yes, and the can sale, to reiterate, the can sale starts next week on Wednesday. And to remind you, if you are coming to can, select, and you want to pick up in store, you don't have to, but if you want to pick up in store, just select collect in store, and then in comments put coming to can. That way we know how you are. Cuz, watching from your sick bed, hopefully, fingers crossed that she'll make it. But yeah, I know you've been under the weather, chicken licking. I've actually got Hugo in bed as well. I've told my son's got so many kids are down at his school with this sort of just general cough and cold, and a lot of it's brought on with the hay fever because of the pollen running. This poor kid, I won't let him anywhere near me. I'm like, you need to stay there. I can't get sick. Robin, the Cove 4-ply, what is the yardage? Good question, Robin. I will tell you. Un momento, por favor. 150 metres. So yes, so it is starting to head into sport weight territory at 150 metres. So it is not a fine. It's at the thicker end of 4-ply, but so if you've got a sport weight pattern or a 4-ply pattern, either or. I actually quite like this knitted as a 4-ply too, because it gives you that really lovely firm gauge. So you knit it on a 3.25mm needle, but we have actually done our testing on this in 3.5 and 3.75mm. It looks fabulous. I knitted when I did Goldwing. I think I did that in Southlander Sport, and I used 3.75mm needle, and this actually would work really well. This would interplay beautifully with Southlander Sport. they would, like if you're looking for colour work or combinations, they would work really well. The Cove is definitely softer and more plush to the touch. So if you were wanting to do a colour work project and actually have your main colour quite dark and have lighter pops using Southlander Sport, like we've got, I'm just looking at Southlander Sport now, we've got it in oatmeal, charcoal and silver. So definitely with the oatmeal, you'll be able to get those lighter pops in just within the colour joke. So that would look amazing. It would look so good. Yeah, and then of course this is a Rocky Shore, which we've had the whole time. So Rocky Shore and oatmeal in Southlander together, because they're both natural warm bases, would look amazing. And then if you needed a third pop of colour, like something like if you had three colours, that actually, I'll just grab this, even though this is Curiosity, which is oatmeal. See, look at those together. Because this is the Curiosity from the Bandit's gorgeous because it's a warm base. Hold on, so there you've got warm base, and then you can throw in another yellow green, or you could throw in, oh, look at that, loving that. That's Pirate Pride. Let's throw in Smuggler's Den. Play around with your combinations. There's so much you can do. And then if you're wanting a charcoal to actually that plus a charcoal, if you've got a full colour, would be incredible as well. And you can use the Southlander Sport for that for sure. Alrighty, I'm going to head off because I've got so much to do to get ready for Knit August Nights. I will definitely be here next week. I'll be here this coming Thursday, and definitely I'm working on definitely being here next Monday, but I might only catch you on the run the following Thursday. I just have to see how I go because Can would have started. But until then, have a fantastic rest of week. I will see you guys on Thursday, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll have some of those new yarns to show you. That would be amazing if I did. So hopefully, they would have turned up by then. So until then, have a great rest of week. I will see you on Thursday. See you later.